and Junior Service Above Self Award, and this is one I'm really proud of. I become really good friends with this Rotarian, and this is the guy who owns a little coffee company by the name of Caravan Coffee. I'd like to bring up Pete Miller.
Yeah.
Make it like this. I should get a picture. Go ahead. This is the Norm Aldred Ethics in Business Award, and this is an award that we want to honor a business in our community that is making a huge difference. And this year we're giving it to Brian Love of Crohn's Appliance. You know, they do the diaper drive every year, which is a huge, makes an impact. Brian, thank you so much. Congratulations. Very good.
Thanks.
What's that? Oh.
Like both days.
And we have one more award, and this is the Rotarian of the Year award. And sadly, this Rotarian's not here this evening. I'm disappointed.
I thought that was. Oh, I thought. Oh, yeah. So awkward.
Oh, it's really awkward. It is awkward. That awkward's real scary. But I do want to say this Rotarian, she joined our club back in 2005. She does a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Doesn't like to be out. That's probably why she's not here. But she is a very valuable member of our club and has done a lot of great work with our Rotodent program. And the work that she does, what that brings into our club financially is very impactful. And we're just really, I wish she was here, but I'm honored to give this year's Rotarian of the Year to Jennifer Blake. And she looks like,
I think now it's the time.
okay.
See how you're with it.
What's this song?
That I'll get.
Can I hold that for you?
Yeah, sure. How the money? Yeah.
All right. So this is the award of a fixed gavel that goes on here. You can put this on the wall. You can't kick this off in case of emergency. You might want to do that. But and shows something to be very. This is the most thing you can be most proud of, being president of our club. Yeah. Thank you.
You get beautiful. You guys have your own gavel that you.
I know. Love it.
And you get a past president.
Past president and a very coveted pen, by the way. Yeah.
That's it for us.
God, we appreciate you.
Been doing this job for 19 years, secretary that is, and nobody else ever wanted to help, or I should say they wanted to help. I said that wrong. I beg your pardon. I take it all back. I had a helper for a while. Actually, I was her helper, is what it. But anyway, things went south. And so, so now I'm going to have an assistant, and I wanted to give her something special and have her come up and take this thing I have in my hand that's just for her. Amy, please come up.
All right.
Yes, super. She loves hats. She loves hats. I love hats. So anyway, yes, it's going to be awesome.
So I get to sit there in front. No, on the side. In the back, on the side.
Yeah.
So our Rotary International does not require perfect attendance or any attendance. However, our club really likes bragging. And we have members who really enjoy bragging about perfect attendance. And for you to have perfect attendance, it does not necessarily mean that you have to come every Thursday morning. You can meet a couple of other Rotarians somewhere out and about and do a makeup. That's right. Just gotta let Leslie know about it.
That's
also,
right. All you do is check in the makeup column
Makeup.
on a Thursday morning. Or Amy.
Or Amy, that's right.
Or you take a picture and send it.
Yes, that you can do that too. And if you say you go to you're part of a committee and you go to a committee, that is also a makeup, committee meeting or etc. So people are like, but I don't see whoever every Thursday. But guess what? They might be doing some other stuff that gives them a perfect attendance. So because there are some people who really enjoy perfect attendance, we are going to give out the perfect attendance awards or little plaques or however we want to call it.
These are the tabs that go with your pin.
Yes. So John Roberts, you get perfect attendance for 1 year. 1 year of perfect attendance. That is how it should be said. That's how it starts. That's how it starts. And then we get to vote for you. Rachel Huber, 1 year of perfect attendance. Congratulations. Now, I'm going to brag about her more here a little later, but yeah. Not right now, but you'll get your chance anytime. No, she's doing it. No. Amy Olette, 3 years of perfect attendance. You're welcome. Doug Kane, 3 years of perfect attendance. Here's another big one. Oh, this is for me. I've got big news today for 4 years of perfect attendance. Yay! Karen Hall, 4 years of perfect attendance. Congratulations. Mike Taylor, 4 years of perfect attendance. And Becky, come here, you two. You both have 4 years of perfect attendance.
Nice.
You're welcome. Thank you for all that you do. Jacqueline Bergen, you have 5 years of perfect attendance. What are you? Rachel Powell, 6 years of perfect attendance. Yes, you have. Thank you. Pete Miller, 6 years of perfect attendance. Michelle Bechtel, 8 years of perfect attendance. Ted Crawford is not here today, but he has 10 years of perfect attendance. Jay Olette, 11 years of perfect attendance. Gary Stewart, 11 years of perfect attendance to you. Congratulations. Bob Travers, 13 years of perfect attendance. Dennis Lewis, 14 years of perfect attendance. Dan Burns, 18 years of perfect attendance. Leslie Dale, 19 years of perfect attendance. Tom Irwin? Tom Irwin? Yeah, there you are. 25 years of perfect attendance. Congratulations. Last but not least, and he's not here, Ken Austin, third Kenny, 31 years of perfect attendance.
Being a president of a Rotary Club is not about me doing stuff. It's about me telling people, why don't you go do that? I encourage you to, and empower them and enabling them and giving them the support that they need to do the things that we all want to do. We went through that visioning. Everybody wants to do, and I'm not going to talk about it now, save it for the 18th, but, and so for me to be able to serve you as a good president, I need to have help from all of you. And many of you volunteered and stepped up to be part of a board. Our bylaws say that our board can have up to 17 people, and God, we have 17 people this year that are going to be part of our board. And in the way that it looks like, we have people who are in committees that are related to the 5 avenues of service, and we have people who are in committees who are related to fundraising. So I'm going to go through all of them, and I'm going to say a little bit about what they do, and then when we talk next week, we can drill down a little bit more, okay? So first, I am going to call Karen Hall, who is our president-elect, officially today. Yes.
Take me down.
Karen, and not only that, Karen also run programs. So she makes a lot of connections, make sure that our spreadsheets are up to date. She has help, but she is kind of taking spear on that. And this year, she also is going to help with the herding people, I was going to say cats, but that's not right, herding all the groups who want to do community service to help them do it. So she's going to represent community service in our board. So, congratulations. Then, the next person here is John Roberts. John Roberts joins our board as what we call president designee. Our bylaws officially right now say it is a vice president role. However, Rotary International has some rules about who can be a vice president, and technically can only be someone who has already been a president. So red lines to the bylaws are coming to adjust the naming of the position of the person who is now stepping into a leadership role because we voted for you to be president in a couple of years. So in 2 years. So you are our president designee and part of our board and our leadership group. Thank you so much for serving. The next person is Doug Kane. You're going to have to step up again. And he is what we call immediate past president. And also with the redlining of the bylaws, the position gets the name of vice president. And we will explain that further down. Also, one thing that we talked about is that the person in that vice president role as well, or past immediate past president, is going to be someone who is going to be supporting and kind of driving our ability to get grants. So he's starting that role this year too. So that's a fundraising effort for our club. So we appreciate it. The next person is stepping into a very important role. Chris Irwin will be our treasurer. Background a little bit. My husband was recruited a couple of years ago to be a treasurer, and he joined and he helped as he could, not an expert, but he tried to do his best to make sure that everybody had a check on time, etc. Well, me being the president, we could absolutely not be the treasurer. It's a very... So we were like, who wants to be the treasurer? And Chris Irwin was like, great. So now, and we are transitioning from what we've been using for the last few years. Per recommendation of the district, we use Wave, which is a system that is not like QuickBooks, and we are going back to QuickBooks. So if you didn't receive an invoice yet for July, it's because we are doing a transition. So be patient. We're trying to run as smoothly as we can. And Chris, thank you so much for stepping up. So you can absolutely send a check and whatnot.
Chris is doing a great job trying to learn everything, and so we're gonna get there. Leslie Dale is our secretary. She's been our secretary for a long, long time. She does a wonderful job keeping track so that you do a lot for our club. We appreciate you. You get a little kid. Linda Sandberg, she is not here. She is going to be our sergeant at arms this year. Besides that, she also is going to represent our Early Bird Foundation at our board. So she will be the representation of the Early Bird Foundation at our board. She's the vice chair, and so we will be getting updates from the foundation from her. Club services is something that is so important because it helps us run our membership, our meetings, and all that we do so that we can run smoothly and you guys can just come in and have a good time. The membership committee that is chaired by Mike Jones, you can come in.
Yep. Okay.
You got to. He does a great job with a team of people that meets, have really fun meetings, and their meetings are the best. So if you
Come join the club.
Yes.
Join the committee.
come join the membership committee, if they have fun meetings, they talk about important stuff, and they set policy on how the experience of being recruited into Rotary happen. So they have been doing lots of big steps to improve the experience. And so I'm very, very thankful to all that you guys do. Also, as part of club services is this setting up of our meeting, where it's going to be, what food is going to have. And we, for a while, we had it catered, and we had, when we were at the cultural center, sometimes we had to move around, and there was some logistics that needed to happen. Today, fortunately, we are at a place where we don't have to move, but sometimes we do. And we went from a catered breakfast to something that now is our breakfast that everybody helps to make it happen. And the person who makes it happen is Rachel Huber. Now, and then I've always been like, what do we do about vocational service? Because we don't really have a person that is leading that. And then I talked to Julie Marshall, and she stepped up. She is going to get a group of people to take initiative so that we can mentor and provide volunteer opportunities and do what we can to help not only professionals but youth people to get into the track of, receiving vocational support from our club. Thank you, Julie, for stepping up. Rachel. So, Rachel, I am super appreciative, and she's there every morning at 6:30 a.m. and setting it all up. You're doing a great job. Thank you so much for joining us. When we talk about youth services, the first thing that comes to mind to me is the youth exchange, and we run the best youth exchange of our district. If you don't know about that, I am telling you that that's widespread around in our district conference. Oh, the Newburgh Early Birds. Yes, Michelle. She's awesome. So Michelle takes on the youth services, because I think that's what we do with youth exchange. It's youth services. So thank you so much for all that you do. And the last avenue of service here is for international services, for Amy Olette, who takes on the international committee and does a fabulous job and integrated us with other clubs. And you've heard it, we already got an award for that today. So
We want the people who run important fundraisers to also have a place at the table so that they can come in and voice, as a board and speak and etc. So the first person is Shelley Kolb for Christmas auction.
Yeah.
She runs this Christmas auction so amazing, and it runs always smoothly, and we have been increasing our profits, and so I'm very thankful to all that you do. The next one goes to Rachel Powell. Now, Rachel has been in community service for a long time. This year, she was like, yeah, no more. I want to focus on one thing. She wants to build that Scott Levitt Park. And we said, okay, you're going to be one of the cats that Karen's going to hurt, because you're going to do one thing in community service. But this year, you're kind of still doing the pancake breakfast.
My last year's the pancake breakfast.
Well, but still, the pancake breakfast falls in this year. So therefore,
That you get no more.
you were part of it. But because I, doubt that you're just going to shake it and not help at all with pancake breakfast. I'm not saying you need to, I just do not see you not lifting a little finger to help. So
My notes are not very loud, so yeah, put it.
and the next one goes to Bob Travers. What? Really? Yes. Not gonna call you Chuck, but what? You like him.
What?
So because you are doing that golf tournament thing that you've been doing, I think that you should have a place on a board to say or not say, to come in and sit at the table and help steer some of our decisions. So welcome.
Thank you.
And then another way that, and a lot of people could, and we're gonna go over this. Oh, foundation. What foundation are you talking about? We have our Early Bird Foundation, the one that Doug talked about. That it's a local thing where we have our money and we decide where it goes to. And then as a club, we fundraise via our brags, and each member donates their treasure to the Rotary Foundation and receive Paul Harris's. And we also have a pool for Paul Harris, and Dave Miller is running that program now, and he's doing a great job. And he's part of our board. He's been helping a lot with the financial transition to QuickBooks. So he is very, yeah, he's been very, very, a really good resource to have. So thank you so much. Yeah, and then we have another person who joined our board, who is Carrie Timmerman. She is co-chairing membership, or she's helping a lot with membership. But she also said that she will be happy to help with public image. And public image is something that is aligned with club services. Now, Jeff Bergen, he runs this amazing newsletter and is always taking pictures and telling the story of what's happening in our club. We have this historical, everything that's happening in our club we know because you tell it so well. So thank you for that. And the work from public image that I'm asking Carrie to support is more related to the website, you know, to have access to that and social media and make sure that everywhere that we go, that our brand is correct and that we are doing what Rotary wants us to do with our public image, with our brand that's out there. So she's not here, so she didn't get it today. Can you see one of those boxes too? So you see that the logo for this year is called The Magic of Rotary. I, read all the Harry Potters more than one time, so I know all about magic. I don't really, I will say this, that I learned that this is the last time that Rotary is putting out a yearly theme. Now, whether they will come up with another one, on around January 6th again or not, I don't know. What I heard is that this is the last time that Rotary International is making a theme, a presidential theme. That their intent is to really just use the Rotary brand moving forward, which is supposed to be the Rotary with the gear and with a wheel right next to it. Yeah. Because I heard this is the last theme, and because I bought one, right? And because I like to buy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Gloria from Colombia, she was here and she was like, I love it. But I didn't have enough time to get it for her. But I did get more than, because everybody in the little bag had one of these. So if you want to purchase one, I have extras here. So on our system, you write us a check later. Just let us know if you would like to have a mug. This is the good stuff. I have one. I like it. But I just want to let you guys know that they're available for sale for the same price that we pay, which is about $19. So, and I think I'm done. So I don't have anything else to say. On the 18th, we're going to have a program where we're going to go over the org chart. We're going to go over, the visioning, explain a lot. So you guys must come so that we can learn more about our club. Now, this event is non-helpful. Okay.
Okay, we're not done. We're just starting. Yeah. Yeah. It is our distinct honor today to recognize Doug Capel, Early Bird President for the 2023-24 Rotary year.
Okay.
Doug Kane. Okay, careful. What did I say? Hear that? Okay. It is the distinct honor. Yeah. Okay, I gotta start. It is our distinct honor today to recognize Doug Kane, Early Bird President for the 2023-24 Rotary year. Doug's reign has been a joy and a privilege to witness. It has been characterized by his exquisite leadership and friendly style. Would it be too much to say that he is an excellent president? Nay, perhaps even the best president the Early Birds have ever had? A man of high integrity, empathy, a humble man with the face of an angel and the heart of a Doug, I can't read your writing. All right. Without further ado, Mark Moisen. So the things you learn about people over here, some of them good, some of them sort of sketchy. A couple, I'll tell you, one disappointment I had earlier, or big disappointment. I am so glad that Amy is very much involved in the club, Amy Olette. But I was a little disappointed when Leslie was saying she had an assistant, and she brought on the assistant. And I thought, oh my God, Jerry's finally joining our club. So that was my first disappointment. My second disappointment, I'm going to tell you, it was a little shock. It was when I learned that Raquel had to read Harry Potter multiple times in order to understand it. I thought it was.
Telling.
So I want to tell you guys, first of all, you hear 60 is the new 50, 40 is the new 30, whatever. I have to tell you, the real thing, 18-point font is the new 12-point font. Just so you know, super helpful. So I have a few written words here. So first of all, I was asked to roast Doug. Just think about that for a moment. I was asked to roast Doug. That's not an easy task, right? Doug is such a kind, considerate person, right? And it feels uncomfortable, right? So how do you do that? Mother Teresa. This better.
So Doug is just such a thoughtful, considerate guy. You start to feel bad just thinking about roasting him, right? So let me just, Mother Teresa, Stephen Hawking, Mr. Rogers. What do these three people have in common? Well, for one thing, they're all people who roasting would be incredibly awkward. Doug makes me feel like that. Roasting Doug makes me feel like I'm roasting Mr. Rogers. But before I go any further, I want to thank Doug sincerely for something that I think has been a real strength of his presidency. Doug did a really, really good job keeping us focused on our service mission. I'm going to move this way a little bit because it's squeaky.
He's gonna end up in the pool.
This is my escape strategy. So Doug did a really, really good job keeping us focused on our service mission. His presidency was not derailed by anything scandalous or dramatic, things that many club presidents have had the misfortune of wading through. There was no pandemic on his watch. Club members weren't arrested for anything, at least as far as I know. And I'm not aware of any major disagreements between club members that took center stage on his watch. To be sure, yes, some of that is luck. But also, Doug has a very graceful way of approaching sticky topics, and that has served him and our club very, very well. So thank you, Doug. And you should be pleased and proud of that. Unfortunately, history won't be so kind. History books relegate such lack of drama to footnotes and margins. That makes Doug the Millard Fillmore, or perhaps I should say the Chester B. Arthur of Rotary Club presidents. And for those of you who are Newbury High School graduates, those are former U.S. presidents. I know he's not here. Dr. Baker could give you a little more detail. Also, Tom Irwin, I understood he remembers at least both of their administrations. He remembers them well. If there's any doubt, ask him to show you his cars. So, nevertheless, Millard Fillmore or Chester B. Arthur, such is the sad and cruel fate of Doug's presidential legacy 100 years or so from now. But as I said, this is the sad side of a very positive thing for our club. So instead of roasting Doug, I'd like to toast him.
Yeah.
And since, would you mind getting a glass for me? Because I can't toast and hold this and the mic and run away at the same time. Thank you. You can pretend that there's wine. You've had enough. I've seen you perform.
Empty glasses of wine.
Top him off. She was pouring the glass earlier, and I asked her about the wine, which one it is, and she said she's 18. Which anyway, there's a lot of ways, a lot of places you can go with that.
Very legal.
She's legal. So instead of roasting Doug, I'd like to toast him. And since it's been so long since there's been such a drama-free presidency, I'll attempt to toast him with a nod to the Old English. So I need everyone's help with this. If you'll all please stand and raise your goblets for Doug.
Hear, hear.
Hear ye, hear ye. Let us gather round as we bid farewell to our departing club presidents, whose tenure hath been as scandal-free as a monk's wardrobe. Verily, in a world where intrigue doth reign supreme, he hath navigated the murky waters of leadership like a duck upon a tranquil pond, graceful, serene, and utterly devoid of drama. Behold our esteemed club president, whose reign hath been as uneventful as a snooze fest at a library. His leadership style was as mild as a summer breeze, his decisions as predictable as the sunrise. Oh, how he did preside over our club with all the excitement of a damp towel drying on a line. His legacy shall be remembered not for the scandals he wrought, but for the boredom he inspired. His name shall be whispered not in hushed tones of scandal, but in yawns of indifference. But fear not, dear club members, for with his departure doth come the promise of new beginnings, of fresh faces, and perhaps, just perhaps, a scandal or two to liven things up. So cheers to Doug for doing such a great job. Thank you, Doug.
Nice.
We gotta hold it different.
Well, that is our program, and we thank you all for being here.